They built this camper to survive the end of the world. The Winnebago Arka is a four-wheel drive house that Winnebago says can live off-grid for a full 14 days, in anything from 10 degrees below zero to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. But its cleverest survival trick stays hidden until the moment you park. So, let's take a look.
Motorhome luxury.
This isn't a conventional motorhome dressed up with aggressive tires, but rather a factory-built adventure truck in which the chassis, camper body, water system, and electrical system were engineered as one integrated package, aimed squarely at the custom expedition builds that normally cost far more. We will get to exactly what it costs at the end, because that number is a big part of the story. Starting at the front, a buckstop steel bumper gives the Arka its armored face. It is winch-ready, carries exposed recovery points, and sits below auxiliary off-road lights. Branch guards wrap the camper's front corners, helping deflect branches before they strike the fiberglass body. Beneath that armored nose is a Ram 5500 crew cab chassis with four-wheel drive and a 6.7-liter Cummins turbo diesel. It produces 360 horsepower and 800 pound-feet of torque through an 8-speed automatic. 4 pillow blocks allow the truck frame and camper box to move independently, reducing the stress placed on the body when the chassis flexes over uneven ground. Moving down the driver's side reveals the Arka's scale: 26 feet, 7 inches long, 8 feet wide, and 11 feet, 9 inches tall. Buckstop replaces the normal dual rear wheels with single 41-inch tires, leaving roughly 12 inches beneath the lowest point. The utilities stay high and protected, with the available basement air conditioner, a 30-amp smart connection, exterior shower, removable toilet cassette hatch, gray water outlet, and onboard air compressor controls grouped along this side. The system includes a heated and insulated 60-gallon fresh tank, a 40-gallon gray tank, and a 4 3/4-gallon toilet cassette. A collapsible ladder is stored here as well. It can reach the roof or attach beside the rear garage opening. Following that ladder around to the back, the first thing below the body is a 2-inch receiver hitch rated to tow up to 15,000 pounds when the vehicle is properly loaded. Above it, a matching 41-inch spare rides on a swing-away carrier, with a winch to help lower its considerable weight. The collapsible ladder can hook beside the rear opening and store inside the garage when it is not needed. Now open the 2 full-height van-style doors, and the gear garage appears. The removable padded bench modules that form the interior lounge lock into 500-pound rated floor tracks, then lift out to leave room for bicycles, an electric motorcycle, recovery equipment, or emergency supplies. Open both doors, and the garage becomes a balcony with a panoramic view. And remember this garage, because indoors, it becomes something completely different. Looking up, the roof follows the same survival-first logic. It is a vacuum-infused, one-piece molded fiberglass cap that overlaps the sidewalls, giving rain fewer seams through which to force its way inside. 4 200-watt solar panels provide 800 watts, with connections allowing up to 1,200 watts in total. Winnebago also subjects the structure to ultraviolet exposure, extreme temperature evaluations, and shaker table testing that simulates more than 100,000 miles of road and trail inputs. Now, moving around to the passenger side, an available 10-foot, dual-pitch awning extends from the roofline to create a shaded campsite. Along the passenger side, a second air compressor connection makes it possible to re-inflate the tires from either side of the truck. Winnebago advertises up to 14 days off-grid, although the real duration depends on the number of occupants, weather, air conditioning use, and water consumption. 4 people using water as they do at home would empty the tanks far sooner, making water, not electricity, the likely limit. An ultraviolet and carbon filter treats water at the kitchen tap. Self-adjusting, self-storing entry steps, and a heavy-duty mesh door screen complete this side of the walkaround. The current factory specification does not list an exterior cooking station. That brings us to the passenger side entry door, fitted with a heavy-duty mesh screen to keep insects out without sealing away the view. We have now circled the armor, storage, power, and water systems that make the Arka look ready for the end of the world. From out here it reads as pure machine, so the last thing you expect is what is waiting on the other side of this door. Let's grab the handlebar of the steps and climb in. Once through the passenger side door, your eye is pulled through the open aisle toward the rear lounge and its panoramic windows. The interior is 7 feet, 3 inches wide, with 6 feet, 8 inches of headroom, so even a tall adult can stand comfortably. Open the rear doors and daylight runs almost the full length of the camper. Close them, and dual-pane acrylic windows, integrated screens, and thermal privacy covers conceal the cabin against insects, heat, and cold. Let's start with where that view leads. At the rear lounge, 2 movable pedestal tables create a dining area or workspace between the side-facing benches. Reposition the cushions and the dinette becomes a full or queen bed for 2. Remove the seating from the 500-pound rated tracks, and the same heated room becomes the gear garage we saw from outside, ready for bicycles or other bulky equipment. Open the rear doors and that lounge becomes an open-air balcony. This is the hidden trick we promised at the start. The moment you park, that same heated room flips from garage to lounge to a wall-to-wall bed to a balcony, so a single small box quietly does the work of 4 separate spaces. That is what buys the Arka its survival flexibility. Before moving forward, look at the construction around this lounge. The floor and fiberglass wall surfaces wipe clean instead of trapping trail dust, and the overhead fabric lockers can be removed when a trip requires different equipment. Soft close hinges prevent doors from slamming, while compression latches stop cabinets from opening on rough roads. The walls are about 2 inches thick and avoid continuous metal paths through the insulation, reducing the transfer of outside heat and cold. Winnebago rates the walls at R12, with the roof and floor at R15. In simple terms, the higher R values slow heat transfer, helping the cabin hold its temperature longer in extreme weather. Moving forward from the lounge brings us to the galley. Its cabinets are aluminum, so they can't swell or delaminate like wood-based RV cabinetry after a leak. The solid surface counter includes a covered stainless steel sink and a flip-up extension. A portable 1400-watt induction cooktop handles meals, while the microwave is optional and replaces the storage cabinet above the refrigerator. Beside the counter is a 6.2 cubic foot, 12-volt refrigerator with a separate drawer freezer. This is where the electrical system begins to make sense. The 48-volt architecture can carry up to 16.8 kilowatt-hours of lithium storage, depending on battery configuration. The roof-mounted solar array feeds that bank while the Arka is parked, and a 3600-watt inverter supplies household outlets and the optional microwave. The refrigerator, heating controls, and air conditioner use direct current power without relying on the inverter for every load. Near the galley, a 10-inch Winnebago Connect screen brings the house systems into one place. It displays battery flow, tank levels and temperatures, climate zones, door locks, and the truck's pitch and roll. Most controls are also available through a companion app, with offline pairing supported when cellular service is unavailable. With a data connection, Petminder can maintain a chosen temperature range and issue a warning if the climate system fails. The camper is also pre-wired for an optional satellite internet installation rather than including Starlink as standard equipment. The same energy screen also explains the Arka's charging redundancy. The Ram chassis has dual alternators, and the Overland package adds a dedicated 6,500-watt auxiliary alternator for the house system. In the supplied product walkthrough, Winnebago says driving can raise the battery from roughly 10% to full in less than 2 hours. Solar handles slower charging while parked, and the 30-amp connection provides shore or generator power. So, could the Arka really remain off-grid for 14 days, as Winnebago says? Divide the 60-gallon fresh tank across that period, and the whole camper receives only a little over 4 gallons per day. A couple could stretch that with basin washing and infrequent showers. 4 occupants would need much stricter rationing. The 40-gallon gray tank may also require attention before the fresh tank is empty, while the toilet cassette needs separate disposal. Fuel capacity is 52 gallons, supporting the engine and diesel-fired heat. But the Arka can't create water, food, or fuel. Would you ration the shower or carry extra water? Let us know below. Across the forward living area, the climate hardware supports Winnebago's operating range from 10 degrees below zero to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The diesel-fired Timberline hydronic system supplies continuous hot water and heats separate zones, including the cabin, floor, cab area, and water compartments. The air conditioner sends cooled air through low ducts instead of placing a heavy unit on the roof. A heat recovery ventilator exchanges stale indoor air for fresh outside air while recovering heat, helping manage humidity and condensation without simply opening a window in freezing weather. Continue toward the front, and an open passage beside the galley reveals the hidden bathroom. A cassette toilet slides from a drawer and locks in position, while the showerhead and toiletries are stored behind a panel above it. A retractable privacy screen closes off the area, and a 24 by 38-inch shower pan sits beneath the removable bamboo floor mat. The shower offers 76 inches of standing height and a folding seat. When everything is stowed, the toilet, shower, and privacy screen disappear, and the central walkway opens again. The cabinet beside this wet bath area doubles as a wardrobe, with folding shelves and a hanging rail for clothes or wet gear. That makes the bathroom more functional than its footprint suggests, although it remains less private and less spacious than a permanent dry bath. The folding shower seat serves another purpose as the step into the overcab sleeping module, so the tour naturally continues upward rather than doubling back through the coach. Up in the overcab sleeping area, the raised roof section finally pays off. An adult can sit upright instead of crawling into a coffin-like bunk. 2 mattresses can remain as separate twins or be arranged as a queen or king bed. Side windows provide cross-ventilation, fabric lockers hold clothing, and the skylight brings in daylight or opens for ventilation and roof access. With this optional sleeping module and the converted rear dinette, the Arka can sleep up to 4 without using a slide-out. Back below the bunk, a small, lockable pass-through connects the camper to the Ram cab. It is tight and best treated as emergency access for a smaller adult, but it lets an occupant reach the driver's area without stepping outside. The crew cab itself can belt 6 people and includes adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, and always-on rear and side cameras. 4-wheel high and low ranges handle loose terrain, while the rated hitch can tow up to 15,000 pounds when loading. Hitch equipment and trailer brakes remain within the vehicle's limits. So, did Winnebago build a camper for the end of the world? Not literally. But the Arka combines the things that matter when hookups, smooth roads, and mild weather disappear. Redundant charging, protected water, diesel heat, serious insulation, flexible storage, and a body designed to survive chassis flex. Its fold-away bathroom is a compromise, yet few factory-built RVs connect mobility and self-sufficiency this convincingly. So here is that price. Winnebago lists the Arka at about $332,000 before taxes and options, and dealers are already advertising them closer to $305,000. That is undeniably house money. But the custom expedition trucks it goes up against routinely start north of $500,000 and climb past $1 million, and most of them are smaller inside. That is the real surprise, a Winnebago turning out to be the value play in the end-of-the-world truck market. Would you trust the Arka for 14 days beyond civilization? Let us know in the comments. Want to see a Korean motorhome that shakes the entire RV industry instead? If so, click on it and we will see you soon at a new luxury motorhome.